Hello everyone, welcome to SeeYou review of day 4, held on Wednesday, March 29th, 2017 at Seminole Lake Glider Port in Orlando, Florida for the FAI Sailplane Grand Prix USA. Here we have the 12 competitors and their rankings for the day. Jerzy Szemplinski won fairly handily, 126.1 kph. 2 hours and 8 minutes over the 270 kilometer course. 4 minutes, almost 5 minutes later, Fidler. And 3 minutes behind Sean, or 2 minutes 30 seconds behind Sean, Jim Lee in a JS1c, followed by Robin Clark, Sergei Morozov, and Tom Kelly in short order behind Jim and Robin. And then shortly after Tom, Pete Alexander, Rich Owen, and Tony Condon to round out the points. In 10th place, John Gatfield, followed by Nicholas Bennett and Mike Solly. The course, we had just finished a 440 kilometer task the day before, and the Sailplane Grand Prix guidelines are for a 2 to 3 hour task. So amongst a number of reasons, the CD, John Godfrey, decided on a more well-tailored task for today in terms of the spirit of the guidelines of the Sailplane Grand Prix. And today's lift was predicted to be strong, 6 to 8 knots up to 7,000+ feet, and it actually did come exactly to the skysite.io forecast. The final climbs on the final glide for some of the gliders were in excess of 7,000, perhaps 7,500, and the final glide for some of the gliders was 80+ kilometers at an MC of 3 or 4. So it was a very, very strong day. The first leg was good cumulus, a number of different lines to be taken. The second leg, there was a large hole that extended basically all around Sebring here, where I'm circling the mouse pointer. And this broke the group up. We had Jerzy Szemplinski, who went around to the south, and the leaders, Sean Fidler, Pete Alexander, and Tom Kelly, who went straight. Sean deviated back into the clouds about a third of the way into the leg. Pete and Tom stayed out in the blue, and generally Jerzy gained significantly and won the day. He was trailing quite a bit actually going into the first turn, and by the time he came out of the second turn, he was clearly in the lead, and you could see the winning margin was significant. So over to SeeYou, and here we are just before the start. We're looking to the west, and here's the start line right here, and we're going to be moving to the south down for the first leg. And here's the group going through the starting line. And into the first thermal, 7 knots for Jerzy. Try and zoom in here as much as I can. Tom once again off to a good lead. And the gliders are still basically between 3,000 and 4,000 feet. So here's the first major climb, and I'll feed into this a little bit. I'm 7 Tango. I found better energy further to the east and gained quite a bit on the group, and here 711 is in second place. He's at 4,500, and I'm at 5,300, so I'd gained 800 feet on the gaggle in the first, this is probably 25, 30 miles. Yankee Oscar, just so you know, is the Arcus camera ship and piloted by Dave Nadler. And he actually makes that Arcus go really, really well, as you'll see a little later in the flight. So that climb went up to 6,000 feet, and it's probably only 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 2:30 in the afternoon at this point. And a 5.3 knot climb there. Jerzy leading out underneath, disconnected from that climb a little bit. And 7 Tango Sean Fidler with a bit of a lead here going into the first turn. And a 5 knot climb. That's a pretty weak climb actually for the day so far, for this leg so far. So here we are going into the first turn, a 3 or 4 mile lead here for the lead group. The gaggle in this leg of 100 kilometers, so 60 some miles, has fractured considerably. There's definitely a lead group and a couple in the middle here, and then a back group already. And this leg here, there's excellent cumulus for the first little section, but it's a little bit past the turn point here where I'm circling the mouse, and then there's a line of clouds that go and end to about here, and you'll see that Jerzy Szemplinski simply follows those clouds. 7 Tango, 911 or 711 and 98. Tom Kelly and Pete Alexander and Sean Fidler try to go straight and hit a couple wisps along the way, and this ends up costing. And you can see Jerzy there making his deviation. Tony Condon once again leading as usual. ZO, Rich Owen. And you can see there 7 Tango sort of deviates back to the group, and this helps him consolidate second place. At this point, you can see here sort of looking vertically, X-Ray Golf's at almost 7,000 feet underneath those clouds. And the group ahead is 2,000 feet below and only slightly ahead. So not a huge gain, but this really converts into something here with the long final glide and the ability to get out into the Sebring turn without messing around and trying to find insurance climbs, moving through this very large blue hole. And you could see there the deviation that some of these guys had to make. This is all blue. There's some whiffs here on the south end of the turn, but it required quite a bit of deviation, as you can see here, for some of the guys to get into. And Tom Kelly, 711, went into that turn there at 2,500 feet, so 2,400 feet above the ground. And Jerzy's quite a bit higher than that, 3,000 feet at least. And Jerzy here has about 800 feet on 7 Tango and maybe 3 or 4 miles ahead. And Zulu Oscar and 7 Tango there are very close. And Zulu Oscar takes a small climb and a wisp just before the cloud field. And I remember going a little bit further to the stronger clouds. Still plenty of altitude here at 3,600 feet. And Zulu Oscar pulls into a small climb or a miss there. And 7 Tango hits 6 knots under the cloud there for 3,500 feet. So we're pretty much equal. And then there, I made up about 1,500 feet on Zulu Oscar right there. But he had a very good chance at second place there for Rich Owen. And Jerzy's long gone here, so let's look at this group. Zulu Oscar still a bit low. Victor Whiskey, John Gottfield has caught up a little bit in a decent group gap back to the next group. And there was good cumulus here on this leg, some streeting, etc. And there was definitely cloud suck. So staying up close to the clouds, as you can see there for X-Ray Golf and 7 Tango, paid slow but steady dividends here, I think. And you can see a lot of the other guys climbing up from fairly low behind. And I think it made sense to be to be high and up close to the base of the clouds as much as possible. So good 5 knot average top up climbs here, but 7 Tango and X-Ray Golf staying relatively close to the top of the clouds here. And 7 Tango's just crossing through 5,000 there on the way down to final glide. And I think Mike 6 Sergey here got a small penalty, which might have cost him 3rd place here on this day. I'll have to take a look real quickly, but you can see the rest of the guys coming in. So this shorter race, yielded a pretty tight finish. You had the whole group basically finishing within 13 minutes, which was great. You had a lot of devastation to the gaggles. Everyone broke up real quickly on the first leg, which was good. There was a good opportunity to take other lines. And yeah, Sergey here, a 38-second penalty for a slightly low finish. And 38 seconds would, I think, have moved him up to 3rd place. Yeah, definitely would have moved him up to 3rd place. So Sergey lost a couple points here with that 38-second penalty, but you could see the rest of the group penalty-free, which was great to see. Okay, hope you enjoyed the quick review of Race 4 of Sailplane Grand Prix. Thanks for watching.